Welcome back, and congratulations for even getting this far in the build process, right? In this one, we're going to look at how you can make your product real enough to sell to people, even if you've not developed your product completely, right? So you don't invest all your time and effort into building a product that nobody wants, even though we've done the market research, the validation steps, and all of that. The time that you really are going to be convinced that the thing that you're building is something people want is when somebody pays you for it. And that's about we're trying to fast track the validation up to the point of somebody actually paying you money, right? So that's what we're doing here. What we're going to do now is to develop a outline of our products. That could be a PDF, it could be a community offer, it could be a workshop, it could be a masterclass, it could be whatever it is that you're building. We're going to develop an outline for it with a cover image and a 3D mockup. Now, assuming that this is a PDF material that we're developing, because most resources that we build as digital products actually have to have something tangible like a digital file, which is like a PDF file that it will support whatever it is you're doing. For instance, even for this Dime program, as you can see that these are video workshop lectures or whatever you call it, but we also still have this workbook. This workbook is not a PDF per se, but is a document that people can use to follow through with the program. So this is the kind of stuff that we need to build for our offer, right? So like I said, we don't want to build something that nobody wants. We want to make sure that somebody buys it first before we go ahead and build it. So we're going to be promising in our messaging that we're going to develop or we're going to deliver the product in 48 hours after they make a purchase. So if somebody pays you, they should be expecting the product delivered to them in 48 hours. Now, if your product is something that is like more robust, that is going to take you more than 48 hours to build, then instead of saying that that is going to be ready in 48 hours, you can say that people should join your waitlist. They can pre-order for it, right? They are going to be the first people to get it, and then you give them a bonus that the first people to join the program are going to get that the discount at. So if you are selling something for 50,000 naira, maybe the first set of people that pay for it before you even finish building it to get it at 30k or 35,000 naira. And then once you get that validation from people actually paying you money, you will now go ahead to build out the offer, the thing that you promised them. You start to work on the videos, recordings, work on the PDF guides and all of that, right? But if something that you're developing that is really simple, just a PDF, then 48 hours is enough for you to finish the build process after somebody has paid you money, right? So that's what we're going to be doing now. You can read up the rest of what I'm saying here, but basically, we want to have an outline, right? This outline now needs to make sure that everything that we say we are going to deliver to them in our value stack and our bonuses must actually be present in the outline, right? We want to make sure that there's a quick win in chapter one, like something that people can get value from quickly, right? Within 15 to 30 minutes. Then there are also tools like checklists, templates, and plans in at least 3 chapters, right? So AI that you're working with now is going to provide this outline for you. You're also going to generate a cover image with with an AI tool, and you're going to generate a 3D mockup, right? So if your product is like a PDF, a bundle product or whatever it is, then you're going to develop these things, right? So let us go on and use AI to do it. So I imagine that you have already created your product build lab, right? Okay, this is what I've opened here. The product build lab has project instructions and then knowledge files, right? The product instructions, the knowledge file for building your product, and um, for the mockups and designs, right? So this is the project instructions that you've probably used. How you build your product with AI, right? So this is what is powering the AI tool, right? And then your cover and bundle mockups for your knowledge file. So this is everything that we're going to be using. So what I'm going to do now is copy this prompt, right? I'm going to copy this prompt into Claude. So this is okay. The Claude I've been using for generating different parts of this program. I'm going to dump this here, and then I'm going to upload the files that we have, right? Just to keep it consistent with all of the things that we have developed in the past. I'm going to dump all of this here. I might decide to try ChatGPT for this part. You know, just see what's because when it comes to image generation, ChatGPT is also very useful. Claude also can do that. We also have Gemini. We have some other tools that can help us, but we're going to be saying what we get from, Claude and ChatGPT in terms of how we can. So what's the prompt? We want to build our outline. right? And pricing. So this is what we are trying to generate, the full outline. Then after generating the outline, we are going to generate the cover and the mockup, right? We're going to generate the cover and the mockup. So this is because we are trying to be fast. If you had like better resources like design resources, you have a designer on payroll or whatever it is, you are going to use that resource to develop your images. But just because we are trying to use AI to leverage, we're trying to leverage AI to get things done faster. That is the reason why we are going this route. All right, so we now have our product build lab, the step one output from this process where we're trying to get the outline, right? I don't want to bore you with too much information, but basically after generating the outline, I told Claude to give me the outline as a document, right? So it's giving me this docx that basically covers the whole chapters by chapter of the PDF that we're supposed to build, but we're not building yet. So I'm going to go to the next part, which is the cover and the mockup, right? So I'm going to copy this prompt and also dump it into Claude, right? So Claude is now going to give me the prompts. So Claude is so good that it gives you options, right? Because I didn't give it a brand name. It is asking me to choose a brand name, choose brand colors. So I'm going to, I don't know, warm green, deep charcoal, or let me use the warm green that is, it's suggested, right? So let's see. All right, so let's go and test the cover. So what we are trying to do basically is to generate a cover and mockup, right? Yeah. So I'm going to copy these prompts into, well, the same product build lab should be able to build this for me. So I'll open a new tab. Since I want to keep the history of conversation here, I would open in Claude. I will do the same thing for product build lab in ChatGPT, right? And I will also open this tool called ideogram. In fact, I'm also going to try Gemini Nano Banana. So in the knowledge file, you can see that for if you want to generate images, I made recommendations like with AI images. You can use Ideogram, you can use ChatGPT image, you can use Gemini Nano Banana, or you can use Midjourney. Midjourney, let me show you everything anyway so that you can make a decision for yourself. But if you already have one of these AI tools that you're paying for, just go ahead and use it. So for me now, I am going to use image generation in ChatGPT. Um, I'm going to use image in Claude. So I don't think I can actually select an image generation, but Claude is intelligent enough. I'll also use ideogram.ai and I would use Midjourney. But Midjourney is asking me to pay before I can use the tool. So I'm not going to be using Midjourney. For some reason, ideogram is not loading. All right, it's coming up now. ChatGPT is taking some time. This is the step two output. So I'm going to download this one and save it in my notes as well. So I have like my dime notes where I keep saving all of the document outputs that I get. So as you can see, these are all the documents we created so far, trying to build out our offer, right? For dime. So let's see. So I'm not going to the sales page. So because Claude is asking me all these questions that I don't have answers to, I'll just upload all the information you need are in these files. I'll just give it all these files for it to figure out what I'm looking for. Now, as you can see, ChatGPT has done a good job at generating an image for me. The problem now is that I did not tell it the brand name. So I'm going to go on and add the outline and use the information in this document to add a, or before I do that, since we already got the brand name from Claude, I will just say um, Ninja Mom Resets, right? Yeah, but I really like what ChatGPT has done for me, right? Look how good this looks. It looks almost like it's a real person. Can you see? Man, AI is so good right now. But the thing is that when you try to give this the same AI like to replicate what it has done, sometimes it might just miss it, right? It might generate something else that is not, that does not resemble what you are looking for. Okay, so Ideogram has created a few mockups. This is one. The real food flat tummy resets. The honest real food way to feel like yourself again after a baby. No teas, no waist trainers, and no starving. This one, well, it looks like this colored cartoon that children use, right? That's what the ideogram is giving me. But it gives me multiple options that I can actually play with and select from, right? So it's not terrible rather. It's not terrible. So this is ideogram, but I particularly think I prefer what I got from ChatGPT. The problem is just that we do not add the brand name. But look at ChatGPT's image, right? Look at what he came up with. This looks quite realistic. This is another one, right? This is another adaptation of the same thing, and this is one more, right? So I think ChatGPT actually wins when it comes to image generation as at today, right? I think there was a time when the text, it was not able to write text accurately on images, but this is doing a very good job. This is such a good job, right? This is so good. So yeah, and we have our document exports with the prompts that we use to generate the images from ChatGPT and our brand colors, right? So we're going to take this to the next step. Now, if all of this is too technical for you, building out your products, going through all of these stages, we can actually help you with this particular step, right? So we'll take your offer, and we're going to help you to produce the finished PDF products, right? Not just the outline and the cover image, and the mock-up, but we're actually going to help you to create the PDF. So even if you succeeded up to this stage where you can create an offer and then it's now time to sell it, some people are knocking on your door for you to deliver the product that you promised them will be ready in 48 hours. Or even if it's going to take longer for you to develop your product, you're trying to develop a boot camp, you're trying to develop a proper course where you have to record videos to present, right? And not just a PDF that you can use AI to write. So if you actually need that service and you need help with that, then just send a message on WhatsApp and we will work on this with you to build out your products, right? We call it the done for you product build, and it's going for 40,000 naira as you're seeing this currently. But we're only building it for people that ask us, right? It's not an offer that everyone knows about. It's only for those people that are actually going through this program and need additional help, right? Like I always say, if you have time, go on and do it yourself. But if you have more money than time, then let us do it for you. Cheers.